So both teams making their way out. Fully expect this one to be up-tempo. The Ivory Coast desperate to go through this whole competition unbeaten. Nigeria need the win. Regardless of all those things, it's national team basketball. No such thing as a game with no meaning. Mr. Koenig, 29 years old now. Been around the national team for a while. Interested to see, with so many changes to the roster, how long it takes each of these teams to get into rhythm. It's so difficult, national team basketball. A few days to prepare. And when you brought a whole set of new players together, well, let's just wait and see. Wherever you're joining us from, we're underway here in Luanda. Ivory Coast in the orange uniform have a first look at the offensive end. Poor pass. Defensive effort on the inside here by Anthony. Comes up with a steal, and Nigeria are quick down the floor. Ball doesn't stick. The early three is short, and the Ivory Coast take care of business on the defensive boards. Brian Pamba at the point, has it, puts it on the floor, takes the ball screen, gonna get a whistle, and they're gonna call that offensive. Sometimes, obviously, in these central venue competitions, the gym's a little empty unless the home team is playing, so you get to hear everything. So you're going to get a real feel for how these two teams believe the referee is calling the game, shall we say. Here we go, on the sideline. Afuwape puts it on the floor, gets his feet set, puts it inside off the bounce pass, just recovered. The long two is no good. Nice look in transition, great catch. Didn't quite finish the play. Just see if Kone is the guy that leaks out in transition, got down the floor really quickly there, took the good catch, couldn't finish the play, misses the first from the line. And opens the account. Ivory Coast showed a little 1-3-1 zone. And if you put it on the floor and then leave the floor to pass, as Victor Hazy did, you're not putting yourself in a good spot. Nice rotation on the zone, though. Here comes Pamba. Have a whistle on the play. Great ring protection. Nigeria in transition. Aku moves the ball. Wape gets the pass to the inside. Great feed, great finish. And Victor Anthony is already making his mark on this game at both ends of the floor. Nice kick, wide open from deep. It is no good. And Abu couldn't get it to go, and Nigeria do a great job as a team on the glass. Afuwape, sets his feet, lines up, knocks down, takes the three, but way off. And they look better. They look so dangerous if they move the ball and keep cutting away from it because they're quick. Nigeria settling for the early three doesn't look like the answer. Pamba puts it on the floor, penetrates. Deep three in the corner is no good. And Nigeria again in transition. Agu leads the break. I'll stay with Nigeria as Chimbu couldn't handle the pass. Kone was quick to the passing lane though. Penetration to the middle. Needs a pass, takes the tough. Great work on the glass though by Agu. Gonna have to put this one up with 2 on the shot clock. That's gonna be a violation, but Ivory Coast come down with it. Look to run, have numbers. And then just poor execution at the end of the break. Easy 2. Agu leaks out again and gets the easy 2. There's the reaching foul. And Brian Bamba draws it. Tobo checks in, Anthony checks out. As we said right at the top of the game, so many roster changes that I think it's going to take both teams a while to really feel as though they're on the same page. The deep three is no good. Great work on the offensive boards. Super rebound. Diabate couldn't get the three, but Say helped out on the offensive glass. Defensive rebound is pulled in. Fofana on the trowel, feet set for 3 is off. And the effort was there, but couldn't retain possession. Abu still in Pro B in France with La Portelle. She said played in the 2010 World Cup. That seems a long time ago now, the 33-year-old. He's really carved out a really decent pro career for himself. Little pressure up the floor. Ivory Coast into the half court. It's all a bit frantic. Just got to let the game come to him a little bit. Belly outside, moves it on. Diabate, penetration and kick for the 3 is no good. There's some contest on the glass. Nigeria look good in transition. They don't need the ball to stick. Goes to the inside. Atobo will ball screen it. Wanted again down low. Gonna have a reaching foul. Only 18 years old is Atobo. Take note of some of these young names. Start of their illustrious careers, that were they're hoping. Great work on the glass, but the Ivory Coast come down, have numbers, 3 on 2. Just find the open man, easy, 2 is good. And Abu gets out and gets the 2. As he is fouled by Dieng. CR Dieng. in traffic by Ufuwu. Nigeria again come up with the steal, look to run, have numbers themselves, 3-on-2, just find the open guy. Little floater off the glass is no good. Defensive rebound is contained as a team by the Ivory Coast. 3 of them got a piece of it. Jean-Philippe Daly comes high. The 3 is no good. Defensive rebound by Agu. Furu gets the kick, open 3 in the corner is good. That's much better from Nigeria, the penetration and kick to the open man. Diabate settles for the 3, can't get it to go. One and done at the moment for the Ivory Coast. No one went to the glass. Who goes to the work and kisses it off the window for 2. Fearless at the moment. This Nigerian roster may be young. It's not short on confidence and absolutely fearless. Apologies, no graphic for the score or the shot clock at the moment. Trying to fix that. Again, the Ivory Coast settle for the 3 deep on the shot clock. And the Tobo comes down with a defensive rebound. Ufuwa is getting a lot of touches. And Nigeria this time settle for the 3. Chance to run. Whistle on the play. Timeout for the Ivory Coast. 9-5 is the margin. Again, apologies for the lack of the graphic on to give you the score and the shot clock. But nice start by Nigeria. Let's take a listen.
And then we can have somebody here. So we're going back, Johnson, we're going to play 1 now, okay? Big man here, we're going to have somebody cut in. We'll have 3 people. If it doesn't happen, of course, you kick it back out, and then we go back into the Princeton loop. Where we go? Somebody dives, we'll do another handoff here. We're not done. Also notice that they switch everything on defense. They try to switch everything. So let's punish them with the mismatches inside. Don't forget, every time there's a switch, pull back. Be aware that there's a switch, pull back, and then we can punish them with the mismatch. Do you understand?
Yes, okay, roll inside. Big man, roll inside. Hustle on 3, hustle on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hustle. Good, come on, come on. We only play Champagne. Good.
3 more minutes. People again.
Got a whistle. Looks like we've got the score graphic up. Ivory Coast on the sideline. Really struggling with any continuity at the offensive end at the moment. Settle for the 3, way off. And Nigeria just taking care of business on the glass, and they're getting opportunities in transition. Great drive, foul on the play. And Darambola was not doing anything apart from going up. He'll be disappointed, didn't finish the play, has to go to the free throw line.
Line up.
Coach Dowdy must be happy with the way this game has started for Nigeria. Second one is good. Dieng will sit for the Ivory Coast. Referee's trying to need to stop it. I don't think the clock started. .232, as you can see, to go on the clock above the basket. Nice lift. Got to lock that one down in rhythm. That's a rebound. The Tobo just went up and owned it. Nigeria just, at the moment, in control. Tobo goes off the glass for two, and just as close demanded. In the last timeout, you heard him say, just back out a little bit on the switch, let the roll happen, see if you've got the mismatch and throw it inside. Well, that's exactly what his team tried to do and successfully executed it. And he comes high. Pamba goes inside with the pass. Great help rotation. And Nigeria at the moment just a step ahead. Tobo again, big time athlete down the floor. Having a real purple patch at the moment, gets out and runs. But with a three in the corner is good. And Charles Abou gets his feet set in rhythm. And the game looks so much better. Adolfo has yet to see a shot he doesn't like out here. He's being aggressive, to say the least. Great little penetration, poor shot though at the end of it. Great work on the glass. But in the corner again, little runner off the glass is good. And as soon as the Ivory Coast just take a little bit more care and a little bit more time and execute, they look twice the team. Well, there's the pressure again. The official's going to have to call a stop to that, calls the jump. Possession error is with Nigeria, I think. So there's the end of the first quarter. Nigeria have the 14-10 lead. And apart from that little spell at the end of that first quarter, the Ivory Coast really do look out of sorts, disjointed. As we say, so many changes to the roster, it's always going to be difficult to get things going. Let's take a listen.
First offense go forwards down. So you go and we go from here. You go in. You go for WAF. Okay? WAF and you go here.
So start of the second. It's not the second quarter. There's still 49.3 seconds to go. Timeout was Nigeria. Barambola hands it off. There's a whistle on the play. The offensive foul. Michael Barambola just bowled over the defense. Fofana, who's not really a factor at the moment. Expected him to get a lot more touches. They're just not looking for him, not looking to give him the ball when he needs it. Now he's got it. Gives it up, though. The open three is good. Better ball movement by the Ivory Coast. And Jean-Philippe Dalle benefited from that. It's a heads-up play. It's just the credit for Fofana to recognize the open player. The frustration he must feel at the moment about where his team is. He could have decided to take that one on himself. Afua again. If you don't guard him when he's got it, he's going to go at you straight away. Sideline possession. Last 16 seconds of the quarter. Nigeria trying to hold for the last shot of that quarter before it goes up. Great work on the glass. That's tremendous work by Johnson. But they give it up at the other end. They forgot they had to get back on defense, and they really did pay for not staying for the whole 10 minutes of the quarter. Jean-Philippe Dalle got out, got the ball, gets the two. And at the end of the first quarter, Nigeria have the lead, but the Ivory Coast have pulled themselves right back into contention. So both coaches have the same problem. Both teams really have come out and played hard, really have tried to be the aggressor. But both teams just need to take a breath. And towards the end of that first quarter, as we're going to get a chance to look at the best plays of the first quarter, towards the end of that first quarter, the Ivory Coast began to move the basketball, began to space the floor much better. Nigeria's strength has been their ability to get out and run. They've controlled the defensive glass. They've turned over the Ivory Coast on numerous occasions. And this guy only knows one thing to do, which is attack the hoop. Sola Odufuwa just wants to score. Most impressive contribution, though, has to be Israel Otobo. Got to the basket strong, was so good on the glass. And the 18-year-old just did a great job. Start of quarter two. The Ivory Coast have the basketball. More experience on the floor for the Ivory Coast right now. Charles Abui on the wing. Comes down with a defensive, offensive rebound. Going to move the ball here. And they just, again, force it when they could have just passed it. Nigeria in transition. There's a foul on the play. And Ryan Pamba gave up one for the team. Diabate, Fofana, and Abue both over 30. We've been talking about the inexperience of many of the players, but Coach Bosic's gone with that experience at the start of the second quarter. The three is off. Defensive rebound pulled in by Daly. Diabate on the dribble, gives it up. Nice kick. Daly wide open for the three is off. And again, Tobo continues to impress. Great job on the glass. Nice kick. The open three is off. And Tobo again is going to work. Yakubu's three was off. And Israel Tobo is the story of this game so far. Incredible job on the glass. The all-star floor wiper in attendance. When the crowd build up, I'm sure that will grow. Nice little pick up and drive to the hoop. And again, Odufuwa, if you don't guard him, he's going to make the field goal attempt. Whistle away from the basketball. Izola Tobo says his shirt was being pulled, but the referee will always get the retaliation. Daly becoming a real factor. Jean-Philippe Daly becoming a real factor in this game at the moment. Both ends of the floor. Nigeria still have the 18-15 advantage. Makes the second. Strong move, but can't make the finish. The Ivory Coast have the extra man here, have numbers. Nice penetration, ball's out of bounds and will stay with the Ivory Coast. Coney tried to force himself up, but the defense finally recovered. Well, they chose not to switch, and therefore we're late on the closeout. And here Johnson. And Israel Atobo sits, replaced by Victor Anthony. Afuwape checks back in as well. They're going to go under the screen. Pamba gets to the foul line, kicks. Malay for the open three is good and sweet and nothing but string. That's a backcourt violation. That's a great defensive effort. Musa Kone stepped up, and the Ivory Coast have their first lead of the game at 19-18 with 7:59 to go. In the first half. Suleiman Diabate. Expect him to be a factor in the BAL. So say starts in March. Pambe, nice pass. Ellie goes up, can't get it to go. Defensive rebound is hauled in by Afuwape. Gotta go have a little walk. Hazy moves it on. Great defensive effort by Kone to get ahead of the pass. Went over the top of the defense, the offense, knocked it out of bounds. Gives his team a chance to reset defensively. Hazy's mid-range jumper is no good. Great work on the glass. And they're going to call the travel. Chimbu. Again, Daly again involved. Forced him to change the decision. Generated the travel. Diabate checks back in. And Brian Pamba sits. Penetration kick, wide open three. So much better for the Ivory Coast. We feel Nigeria just need to, well, if they don't want to take a timeout, spend some time with the ball, share it. Not take the early three, and there's going to be an offensive push on the glass. And Chinedu and Chimbu picks up the personal. That's a nice shift by Jean-Philippe Dallet. Contributions across the stat line. Fofana checks back in. Asefa Fofana. Graveline in Pro A in France. Penetration, Chinu picks it up. Spin in the lane. And again, Afu was just give it up. Nice pass, straight finish. And Charles Abu rolls back the years and gets out on the break. Much to the delight of friends in the crowd. The Ivory Coast really had the momentum. You cannot see Nigeria not taking the time out here. Didn't need the early three. Sir Anthony ripped it through, but traveled. And Nigeria will take the timeout. They just need to refocus, remind themselves of how they got where they've got. In fact, no, there's no timeout. The Ivory Coast have pretty much discovered there are two gears to play in this game. If they can run, great, but then if not, try and execute in the half court, create the open look. Nothing more open than the easy layup. Nigeria just had their feet in concrete. No one else gets a touch. Timeout was needed. The Ivory Coast in the half court. Diabate slows it down. This is why they're the unbeaten team. I know it's roster changes and everything else, but just a little bit more IQ out there at the moment. Great work on the glass. They're just going to take that. Numbers down the floor. And they turn it over in transition. Chimbu couldn't hold the pass. And that looked a nasty fall. I think he might have. Well, the great San Kone is getting up. That's the best thing. There's the rebound. I don't really think there's any action by anybody else. He just came down in. I do think the officials could have stopped it right then, though. But timeout Nigeria. And they need to talk this one over.
Can you play? Yeah. Come on, stop. Okay. Hey, listen. We have the ball from the side. We have the ball. Okay, so we set full offense. Okay? Hey, We go with 5. Push 5. Okay? So, Philippe, you
Kone
go down,
says he's
Diomande,
okay.
you are here, Philippe, you go down, set the screen. Here, Solo, go to the side, move out, Diomande. You're here, Raf, you know that. And we play. Post up, try to go under, always, okay? We go here, pop, pop. Okay. Let's go.
Shoot it, fellas. I'll get the rebound.
It's a 10-0 run for the Ivory Coast. They've trailed most of the game until the last 2 or 3 minutes. And a 10-0 run has seen them build that 8-point lead. Diabate looks inside. Extra pass. Fofana puts it on the floor. Wraps the pass and turns it over. It's great that he's trying to involve others, but when the shot's there, you've got to take it. Step back 3 is short. Defensive rebound by Kone, who's just owning both ends of the floor on the glass. Fofana has it. Does the vet play, slows it down, gets his team into the half court. It's back-to-back turnovers, trying a little too hard to facilitate. Easy 2 in transition is good. And Hazy's finally breaks that scoring drought for Nigeria. Fofana puts it on the floor, tries to he travels. That's 3 turnovers in 3 possessions for Vavessa Fofana. Trying to make, I think he's just apologized to all 3 officials for his frustration at the end of the play. He's trying to do things he's not naturally doing, trying to facilitate, involve a lot of the younger players, the players coming into this national team program. He's got to remember to play as well as doing that, not stop doing what's the right thing. Nice pass. Anthony with a 2. Diabate has it. There's a whistle on the play. Diabate drew the contact. Afuwape picks up the personal. Diabate makes his way to the free throw line. And they give up the offensive rebound. Diomande makes a really good decision. Didn't really have the option he wanted. Gets back to Diabate. Puts it on the floor. Gets to the middle. Steps back. Takes the tough 3. Drains it right at the bottom of the shot clock. Pass it inside. Anthony again. Slipped the screen really well. Timing was excellent. Nice pass. Upstairs. Didn't quite get the alley-oop. Great play to get back in. Anthony comes up with a block. Chance to run the other way for Nigeria. And Onji. Adedeji gives it up again. Nice pass. They made 4 passes in that set. They're so much better when they move the basketball. Easier shots, under control. And Chimbu gets the 2, and Nigeria have a nice run to get themselves back into contention. Had that huge scoring drought, the 10-0 run that really did change the face of the game in this second quarter. Ivory Coast, having trailed most of the game, pulled out to the 8-point lead. Nigeria have responded. So Coach Prokic wants to talk about it.
We are where we want to be. Charles go instead of Jan, and instead of Diomande, and JP goes instead of Jan. Hey, listen to me. 2 minutes. No stupid turnovers. We don't need it. They're in the bonus. Yes? So play safely. No circus passing. We don't need that. Okay. First offense. Hey, first offense go horn side, then you go horns down for Sharp. Let's go.
Et vous les gars, on a 2 fois 2.
Go, Dali.
It looks like. Thank you.
Back to a 4-point game. That's a good response by Nigeria. It's all on the back of just taking a little bit more time, a little bit more care with the basketball. Diabate has it. Turns down the ball screen. Out the back of the hand, reverses it. He puts it on the floor. Gets away with a little push-off. Trying to go to work. Nice kick. Batty for 3 is off. Defensive rebound again. Hauled in. Full court bounce pass. Great pass. Poor finish. Three from the corner is way short. And again, Nigeria, it's that white wave down the floor. He just puts up the 3 and drains it. He's just didn't care. I'm open, I'm putting it up. Now's the 3. We've got a 1-point game. Abu outside. Batty in the lane, has it knocked away. Little push shot, the 2 is good. And Koyo gets his first 2 of the game. Whistle on the play. Nigeria will go to the free throw line. Good push again. Agu just outworked the whole of the Ivory Coast. Gets down the floor. Now Kayu's commits the foul. Kayu's the guy on the offensive glass putting the 2 up. His teammates need to get that defensive transition balance. Tobo's back in. Long overdue, in my opinion. He's had a great first half. The 18-year-old who was just a huge factor as Nigeria built the lead. Back for the last 2 minutes of this first half. Nigeria have a chance to retake the lead on this free throw. Beautiful facility here in Luanda. Arguably one of the best arenas in the whole of the continent. Penetration, little floater off the glass is no good. Tobo can't get the offensive rebound. Fofana just owned it. Fofana on the trail, needs a touch, gets it. They look to hit the second side. He'll pick and pop. Now he's just got to play. Gets to the, goes up, far side of the ring. Super finish. Different quality, different level. Poor pass, Tobo can't handle that one. Ivory Coast holding for the last shot. 7 seconds in the half. Nice kick, only wide open. Doesn't get the 3 to go, and that'll do it. Fascinating half of basketball. Both teams had runs. Both teams looked like they were going to break the game open. But at the half, it's all to play for. To run the floor.
We have to know this when we play defense now. 7, 15, especially from here. And 10 made some shots. Okay, the rest, drivers. Hey, we're done. Okay, let's go.
Hebrew guys.
Let's go.
Allez.
So Nigeria will have possession of the basketball at the start of the third quarter. They trail by 4. Jimbo gets it, takes the turnaround. The offensive rebound, another lean back 2, much more under control, that one. They go upstairs, but so did 3 defenders and took away the option. But Nigeria turned it straight back. No problem looking for the alley-oop, but when 3 people take it away, that means 2 people are wide open. Nigeria with the steal, wide open down the floor, should be and is the easy 2. Easy gets it. We've got a tied ball game. Dieng moves it on. Suleiman Diabate tries to create a little space and separation. Dieng is fouled, dribbling towards the corner, leaning away and falling over. But Wape tries to explain it to his coach. I think that's falling on deaf ears, to be quite honest. They played enough defense, they didn't have to foul them at all. Definitely fell on deaf ears. The explanation, that is. But if you've got the young player, someone's got to tell him, someone's got to talk it through with him. Diabate takes the ball screen. Little hesitation, gets in the lane, kicks it. The extra pass, they go back into traffic though. Pumba can't get it to go. This is when Nigeria just have to keep the ball moving. Open look in transition is good. And Victor Anthony gets the 2. And it's a 6-0 start at the start of this third quarter for Nigeria. And it's that tempo of basketball that works for him. Well, the pass was there, but Diabate's not thinking about that one. And he's going to pick up a technical, I believe. It's a 6-0 start, soon to become, well, assuming the free throw is made, a 7-0 start for Nigeria. If Ibiagu can knock down the free throw. It's one of those frustration technicals for Suleiman Diabate. Free throw is good. And Nigeria will have the basketball. Well, it's a 7-0 start anyway, but 2 crazy turnovers, and it could have been even better for Nigeria. Ivory Coast with the basketball. Brian Pamba drops it inside. Another turnover. The start of this third quarter has been turnover strewn. Foul called on Brian Pamba. All-star floor wiper, getting it done with some panache. See, needs a pass, just about gets that pass away. Chimbu moves it on, easy, lines up the 3 and drains it. That's a 10-0 start at the start of the third of Nigeria. Getting it done. Nice pass, great recovery though. It was poor in the first place, they just left. Down it wide open under the ring, but they recognize, gets the deflection, and Agu comes up with the save in play. Off the glass for 2. All too easy, too simple. Agu has it. Hangs it out there. Diabate almost comes up with a steal. The ball will stay with Nigeria. Well, he's just made the last one. Went for back-to-back threes, did Easy. Pamba just about controlled it. The whole of the Ivory Coast, the Cote d'Ivoire feels more comfortable as Diabate finds the open man for the open 3 and drains it. Musa Kone. Diabate gets his hands on the ball, things look a lot better, comes up with a steal, chance to run the other way. Cote d'Ivoire have numbers. Abu for 3 is no good. Defensive rebound is Anthony's and bullet dodged. Chimbu will hand it off. Odufuwa drops it inside. Nice cut, nice pass. Easy 2 in the end, but the movement away from the ball is exceptional. Agu gets the 2. And Nigeria keep the momentum. It was just a great start to the third quarter. There's going to be a holding foul one way or the other. Foul's going to be called on to Anthony. And substitutions coming in off the Nigerian bench. Three-point game. Nigeria trailed 4, now lead 3. Pamba almost has it knocked away, just about recovered it, and then is fouled on the sideline. Brian Pamba. Asefa Fofana checks in. Diabate just about handles, has it knocked away though. It's just about recover it. Fofana can't get it away. There was never a change of possession, so rightly the clock start didn't reset. Tough one off the far side of the ring again. Pamba and kicks. Open three in transition is short. And that young man again, Otobo, comes down with it. They're going to call that offensive. Nigeria with a 42-39 lead. 4:51 to go in the third. And we look like we're the graphic back to normal. Sorry for the delay on that one, but lots of people working very hard to get it fixed. Penetration, the open three is short. Defensive rebound belongs to Chimbu. He'll advance it. Great rebound, and powers back up. Israel Otobo again just continues to impress. He'll go to the free throw line. Chance to build on this 3-point lead. It's almost he sees, as you should, he sees every shot as a pass to him. He's on the glass for every single shot. Makes the throw. Misses the second though. 4 minutes just over in this third quarter remaining. Diabate drops it to Bali. He can't get it to go. Nigeria have an opportunity to go the other way, and Chimbu just mishandles it. Great maturity by Tobo as well. Saw Chimbu's frustration. Just gave him the 5 and the come on. Nice cut. And they mishandled the pass. And Nigeria again have an opportunity to build on the lead. Got to move the ball. Chimbu moves it on. Agu gonna run that out of bounds. Chimbu will sit. Darambola checks in. Agu will sit as well. And Wisdom. And Iuha will check in. That's exactly whistle away from the basketball. Michael Darambola is going to be charged with a personal. Nigeria in the penalty. Cote d'Ivoire will go to the free throw line. Well, as soon as you put the palms of your hands on your opponent, the referee's likely to make the call. Musa Kone on the free throw line. Lane violation. Musa Kone gets another chance. Offensive rebound by Abu. No one put a body on it. I like the matchup in the post. They're trying to force it in there. so intent on trying to force it into the mismatch. They traveled. Brian Pamba. Wisdom Anihua will inbound. And Nigeria have it knocked away again. Should be an easy 2 on the breakaway. And Pamba gets the 2. Nice finish. Again, if you do not protect the ring, Adefafu is going to go to work. Joel Atobo again with a rebound, 2-on-1 break, and they don't come up ever anything. They come up empty 2-on-1. It's that reluctance to share it. Well, Nigeria played well in this third quarter, but they could have actually built a much bigger lead. They lead by 4 with the ball. Just dropped the pass off. And Adefuwa gets the 3 from deep. It's about scoring, and he's your man. Pamba, nice pass, easy 2. Super little roll by Fofana, just held his space, made it look very simple, but it was really well executed. Fua is going to travel. Brian Pamba really did a job there. Last 2 minutes of the third quarter, Nigeria lead it by 9 overall. Lead the game by 5. They're about it into the half court. Fofana hits the second side. Got a whistle on the play. Charles Abu is a little perplexed with a call. And they've called a technical foul, which I assume must mean that he has said something. Odefuwu was the, why wouldn't he shoot the free throw? Again, really is making a massive contribution in that points column. Ivory Coast will retain possession of the basketball. Trail 5, 1:47 to go in quarter 3. Finally looks inside. He's going to have to change the angle to drop it in there. Great defensive effort. That's the way to get around there. And Ihe with the real effort at defensive end, the penetration and kick. The tough little 2 is good for Dariambola. Forced it up there, but got it away. And Nigeria slowly but surely just building the lead. Lead this one by 8. So reaching foul. And the Ivory Coast will go to the free throw line. The rip through is where they lost the opportunity to really get after it. Diabate just ripped it through. It's the first of the throws. Diabate's going to sit for the last, in fact, no. Brian Pamba's going to sit for the last minute of this third quarter. Nice pass. Tobo couldn't finish the play. both teams revert to the pick and roll. Nigeria couldn't complete. But Fofana, he'll have to earn it from the line, but he's not going to miss the opportunity. Two for two from the line, cuts it to a 4-point game. It's a travel. Darian Bowler. It's that point of the game where they've made a pass, the defense is there, just move it on. You don't have to force the play on every possession. Diabate going to work, is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Diabate saw the 8-point margin, has really made all the decisions for the Ivory Coast in the last 3 possessions. 4 unanswered points with these free throws to come. Makes the second. Nigeria the last 30 seconds of the third quarter, trying not to undo all the good work they've done. Darian Bowler again, forcing to make it happen. Foul on the play. He's going to have to go to the free throw line. Space to attack the basket. Drew the defense and makes the pass, breaks the defense down. There's the hip foul by Fofana.
Get the ball. Please, let me finish at the end.
2 for 2 from the line. Back out to a 5-point game. A little pressure up the floor to try and take some time out of this one. Ivory Coast will hold for the last shot of the quarter. Both teams in the penalty. Nigeria do not want a foul. Diabate gets inside, off the glass. A little bit too much on it. Got time here. Get it away just in time, but don't get it to drop. And that's the end of 3. And Nigeria, that's a tremendous third quarter for them. 4 down at the start of the quarter, lead it by 5 at the end of 3. There's the confirmation. Nigeria with the 53 to 48 point margin. That's an excellent third quarter for them. Could have been even better if they'd have taken care of the basketball. Nigeria shooting 46% and only 29 from 3. In fact, neither team having a night from the 3-point line. 23% for the Ivory Coast and 50 from 2. So the message should be clear. Let's have a look at the best plays of the third quarter. And there were plenty of those early on for Nigeria. They moved the ball in transition exceptionally well. A 6-0 start at the start of the third. Things are so much better when you penetrate, you pass, you space. But the Ivory Coast steadied the ship. And right at the end, they just couldn't get it away and make the play at the end, but they end up with a 5-point advantage going into the fourth quarter. The Ivory Coast has not lost in this World Cup qualification stage. They're looking down the barrel of a defeat right now. But with the inexperience on the floor, anything can happen in the next 10 minutes. Don't forget, get the Courtside app. All the information you would need, streams, schedules, and scores at your fingertips on your phone. Cote d'Ivoire have the basketball at the start of the fourth quarter. Down 5, trying to retain that unbeaten record. Already qualified for the World Cup. This is about bragging rights, momentum, blood in young players. Nice move for 2. Kone gave him the baseline. He was able with his athleticism to work his way out to get the shot away. Kuyo in the game, instant impact, gets a piece of it, runs the floor, draws the contact. Well, Mosa Kone saw the chance to throw that one down. Foul on the way up. They might look at that one. Well, nowhere near as bad as it sounded. Coney on the free throw line to make this a 1-point game. Got to stay on the line. Step back, ends up short. Stays on the line, gets the roll. 2-point game, just 9 minutes to go in the game. The Ivory Coast looking to remain unbeaten. Nigeria just need a win. Little fadeaway is good. Well, you can say what you want about Olufuwa, but scoring is not an issue for him. Easy went to the basket, challenged, couldn't get it away. He comes up empty in transition. It's just got to be smart. Diabate, he's going to spend the time at the point now with the ball. Nice pass to the inside. Kone rips it through, but has it knocked away. And they're going to call the double dribble. Same thing. If what you really want to do is not there, don't panic. In the half court. 3 on the possession. Diabate for 3 is no good. I think Abu's going to be charged with a foul here. Charles Abu picks up the personal. Let's take a look. Abu sits. 3rd personal. Agu. Ambitious pass, turnover. And I think Coach Pokic has a case. Not really sure how that was an attempt on the basketball by Olufuwa. they're going to have a look at it. They have to have a look at that one. I mean, there was a chance to break away. He commits a foul. Did he really have a genuine attempt on the ball? Referees will take a look. Interesting one. I can see this both ways. So much better when we can hear. There's the turnover. Tries to get it, but he took it behind his back and he left it and he reached across. So here they come. Big call at this stage of the game. Yep. You can see why they've called it that way. Brian Pamba will go to the free throw line to shoot the unsportsmanlike. 2 shots and possession. No genuine attempt to play the basketball. Pamba misses the first. And in fact comes up, so points-wise, Nigeria dodged the bullet. Foul-wise, that means that one of their most productive scorers is going to sit. Odufuwa. Kuyo in the half court, wants to go to the block, doesn't get it in there. Ibale stops, pops the 3, doesn't get it to roll. Why wouldn't you expect a Tobo to come down with a rebound? And Nigeria turn it over again. Ball gets stuck. It's never a good sign when the ball gets stuck. But penetration and kick, nice lift from the wing, and they turn down the open look. Ball's turn over with a 24 violation. Well, both teams to an extent playing the scoreboard right now. It's a tight game in the 4th quarter, so the flow has gone and almost the fearless side of the game has gone. Wape, not really sure where that was going, but anyway. Agu off the glass is no good. Defensive rebound is Musakones. Open in the corner, Kua turns it down, and this is exactly what I was talking about. But then they get the open 3, and why wouldn't you get it back to the man who shot well the whole game? Jean-Philippe Dali gets the 3 and takes it to a 1-point game. 19 points personal. Mbola is fouled on the way through. And again, Coach Pochik has got my agreement. They called that call earlier on, but Darren Bowler did a nice job in the end, being strong with it, then draws the contact. Now he's got to step to the free throw line and knock him down. what you got to love about this Nigerian team is that no one is stepping back. No, everyone is wanting to take responsibility. Perhaps sometimes the decision making might not be exactly what you want, but it's just a case of education. Karambola makes the first. Chance to re-establish the three-point lead. 2 for 2. Got a whistle again away from the ball. .6:18 to go in the fourth. Diabate for three is off. Great rebound by Musa. Pamba, penetration wide open. Kuya for three is good. And they step it up a level. They execute, they penetrate, they kick, they're getting open looks, and all of a sudden they look a different team again. Tobo will hand off. The foul on the play. That'll put the Ivory Coast into the penalty with 5:46 to go. It's not where they want to be. Fofana's going to check back in. Oh, completely fearless. Macy came off the down screen just like a drill. Catches it, knocks it down for three. Diabate puts it on the floor and kicks. Valley for three from the corner is no good. And you're going to have a foul on Tobo. Fofana manhandled him a little bit. But Tobo, the young man, didn't back down. Israel Tobo will go to the free throw line. Chance to make this a 5-point game. Sorry, that was the fourth, not the fifth. So it was a loose ball foul. Buwape, sit off, that's a travel. Less of a travel than the one before, but timeout called. Coach Brokic wants to talk about it. Let's hopefully take a listen.
Can score something, but 10 is the one who is taking a charge. 10. Everybody rest our drivers. Okay, one thing. The other thing. Now let's get this shirt. Okay, so Pamba makes a pass to Puyo, and you watch him and give him the ball. He will make the position. Okay. Hey, Waf is here. Here is Dali. So we can screen here for Solo. Okay, and then we play.
Well, I like the game. It's tight on the glass. Both teams, it's been a battle there. And there's that Nigeria with the advantage in fast break points. It's where they want to be. It's what they want to do. And it's still their major way of being efficient at the offensive end. Scan the QR code for the World Cup app, all the stats, the scores as it happens. Again, take it with you. Wherever you are, you can check in. Ivory Coast with the basketball after the timeout, down 3. Well, Fofana needs the basketball. Nice cut, and they miss him underneath. Diabate. Fofana off the flare screen, attacks it down the middle and kicks. Bamba for three is no good. Great rebound. Fofana on the glass for two. Expect to see Fofana get touches most times down the floor now for the Ivory Coast. Oh, great decision. Tobo, easy as you like. Tremendous decision by Ufuwape. Diabate out top, turns down the ball screen, fires up the three, doesn't get it to go. Ufuwape takes his check and then moves the ball through the air. Ufuwape handles it. Extra pass, wide open for the three is no good. Well, they got the good look. And Ioha, perhaps not their first choice in the three-point line, but moved the ball really well. Foul on the play before the shot. Just playing a little 2-1-on-1. And Diabate has too much for him one-on-one, I fear. Diabate in the corner. Baseline, needs a pass, finds one. Wide open on the kick for three is no good. And Ufuwape, the last few minutes of this game, has just stepped up a level. Both ends of the floor. Hey, nice pass. And Atobo gets the two. They lead it by 5 with 3 to go. And the Ivory Coast take a timeout. And the youngster around the ring at both ends of the floor has had a big one. Big timeout for the Ivory Coast. Let's take a listen to this one.
You have to focus what we are doing. Put the ball down on the shorts, on a shirt for Bamba. Hey. Put the ball down, please. Put the ball down and make a stagger screen here for Solo. Good. Come on. Okay? One thing. Okay. Next thing. We go loop with JP. Go loop for Charles. Solo go over. You get the ball, pass, and you pop. Let's go. JP. You pop here. You pop. Okay. Fofana, you stay here. Here in spacing.
On who set the screen?
First, JP set the screen. Go over, get the ball, and JP. He will pop. Okay.
The Ivory Coast, 3 minutes to go, down 5. Well, again, coach was pretty explicit. Fofana needs a touch. Here he is, Fofana for three is no good. Offensive rebound though. Abu comes down with it, and the veteran at 33 years old outworks everybody and gets to the glass. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Who misses the first? But makes the second, closes it to a 4-point game. Nigeria just make good decisions and share the ball. Agu outside, puts it on the floor, nearly turns it over, but recovers. Aziz puts it on there, gets to the ring with an inside hand, blows it. Atobo steps through for the layup for two. Big time rebound and play, going the other way. Fofana is fouled on the way up, has to earn them from the free throw line. Well, Atobo was definitely the talking point of the game. Third foul for him. Meanwhile, that's Fofana on the free throw line. And this is where it becomes difficult for Fofana. He spent the whole game trying to facilitate other players. Down the end of the game, though, it's got to be about him. Him and Diabate are going to have to make the decisions here. This is the throw. Fuwape into the half court. Drops it inside. Tough move. Over the top of the defense. Chimbu just somehow gets the finish. Fuwape again is everywhere defensively. Helps from the baseline side, gets a piece of it. Shondali sits. Had a big game at Kone's back. Open three, straight out of bounds, he's no good. And yet another rebound. Great effort on the defensive boards. Now it's about decisions. No, it's not. It's about backing yourself. And Hazy backed himself. Whether or not it was the right one, who knows? Only time will tell. Bamba, nice pass. Kone with a throwdown. The Ivory Coast cut it to 5. And that makes the decision to shoot the early shot look worse.
We're still not playing defense.
5-point game. Nigeria with an opportunity to get a big win here. Young team, big win.
Guys.
Let's take a listen.
1:27 to go, okay? Let's play smart. Do you understand? Play smart. That time we got the offensive rebound. Let's take another 14 seconds, okay? Burn it as well. Now, good shot. Don't beat yourself over it, but hey, we learn from mistakes, okay? When we get the shot clock, we go down now, let's execute. Okiki will call something and we execute immediately, okay? We want to make this basket. We make this one, we seal this game, okay? So we have to score, right? Let's go!
Well, when you got young players, that's pretty much the way you have to deal with the situation. It's not the best decision that Victor Hazy would have made in this game at all. But coach just points it out as a learning point. You still got a game to win, and as coach said, score on the next possession. You're pretty much in control of the game. It's not done, but you're in control of it. Well, he takes the 14-second option. Interesting call. Could have spent 24 seconds with it. Chimbu hands it off for Wembe. Drops it in. Goose. Well, tried to pass, but all game they've been shooting the ball. Gonna have to put this one up. The long two is off. Ivory Coast hunted down, chance to. Great play defensively. However bad or good the pass decision was, tremendous defensive transition. Afuwape has been unbelievable in the last 3 minutes. Absolutely phenomenal. Agu shows a little ball handling demo. Agu drops it inside. Foul, and that'll be an interesting one. Great job, coach. Great job, team, is what you got to take out of that. Could have really gone to town on the decision to shoot the ball in the previous possessions. And the timeout didn't. It took time out of the clock. made a great decision, have a chance to ice the game from the free throw line right now. And Hazy's been tremendous, the 20-year-old. You've got to say fearless. Some would say reckless in terms of his shot selection, but he's had a game. 2 for 2 from the line. 48 seconds away from ending the Ivory Coast's unbeaten run in these World Cup qualifiers. 18 points personal, and that's a performance. Timeout, the Ivory Coast. Last throw of the dice for Coach Prosic. Let's take a listen.
Take the shot. Do we understand each other? If there is nothing, Waf, get up, take the shot, or we go hand off and play. Do we understand each other? Yep. Okay, let's go. We need 3. We need 3. Come on.
It's a 3-possession game. That's how important those 2 free throws were. 3-possession game, 48.3 seconds remain on the clock. And this young Nigerian roster on the verge of a big win, big boost. A real positive outcome for that young group. Diabate takes the quick one, doesn't get it to go. And who wouldn't bet against Atobo getting the rebound? Now they've just got to see this one out. Atobo, get rid of it. Nigeria, with a smart team, poor by Ivory Coast. Took them a long time to realize they were going to foul. Mark Rafawape on the free throw line, makes the first. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, and it didn't need icing, I don't think, but he's pretty much iced that game now. 30 seconds remain. Fofana for 3 is no good. Nigeria come down with a rebound. They look long, they don't have to shoot it. That's a big win. You can't overstate how big a win that is for that young Nigerian roster. Ivory Coast came into this one unbeaten in the qualifiers, already qualified, and Nigeria started well, withstood some real quality from the Ivory Coast in the middle quarters, but come out with the 72-63 advantage. That bodes well for the Nigerian national team going forward. That's a young team that's come up with a big win, some serious performances across that roster. That's a great win for Nigeria. Stats-wise, 49 and 28 is not going to be something you're going to write home about too often, but it was enough. And they kept the Ivory Coast to 21% from the three-point line. Both teams turned the ball over far too much, but in the end of the day, that just added to the excitement. 2 young teams going at it. Ize and Atobo, the 2 youngsters, 20 and 18 respectively. And you can't say enough good things about the 21-year-old Odufuwa, who just didn't know how to back down. Tremendous performance by Nigeria. Let's take a look at the best plays of that second half. Oh, they were just so much more confident in that second half of sharing the ball. They started the second half of a 6-0 run, which really built the momentum, which they never really lost. They led by as many as 8 in that third quarter. The Ivory Coast, as you would expect, dragged themselves back in. And then it was going to go all the way down. Once both teams started to play the clock and the scoreboard, it was always going to stay close. And across that Nigerian roster, some real highlight performances. Afuwape at the end of the game was just tremendous. The young guard really took care of the ball. Aziz with the 21-year-old stroked the ball beautifully from the three-point line and really did do a tremendous job at taking control and making good decisions. Israel Otabo was just, again, phenomenal. Kept him in at the end of the game, big coach. And you can't say enough great things about Coach Ododo. He had plenty of opportunities where he could have challenged, maybe challenged too strong his team, but really kept things in perspective, really did a good job with them. And down the end of the game, his team just responded and really did an absolutely tremendous job for him. So Nigeria get a big win, a confidence-building win with a young team that really does bode well, and a great job by the staff. Nigeria get the win, 72-63 over the Cote d'Ivoire. Well, here's the group. That win moves Nigeria to a 4-4 record. Still 2 games to play. They could end up 6-4. So some intriguing matchups still to be had in Group E. Well, nothing changes in terms of who's qualified so far in Africa. The Ivory Coast, the only team to fill that spot. 4 spaces still to be completed over the next 3 days. Make sure you check out the schedule. Make sure you see where some of those group places are going to be decided. But for now, it's goodbye from Rwanda.